Again, Erev Shabbos, Parshas Teruma. The theme that we are about to embark on in this parsha is encapsulated in Ve'asuli Mikdash V'shechanti B'soicha. Build me a Mikdash. At this point, it's the Mishkan. Will soon become the Mikdash. David and Shlomo Melech. V'shechanti B'soicha, and I will dwell within you. Right? Chazal Darshan, it doesn't say I will dwell in it, I will dwell in you. And every single yid, Hashem says, if you have a place that I am in your life, then I will follow you wherever you go. As long as when you go to shul, you're set there, you have your shul, your makom kavua, your times of day that you are totally kaddish. When you're kavei itim l'Torah and you're kavei itim l'tefillah, I'll be with you the rest of the day, even when you're not in the base of Mikdash. If you look at the Rambam, Shimshon Pincus points out, he says this mitzvah aseh based on to build the base of Mikdash, 2 be oil el regel 3 times a year, and 3 bring karbanos. The simple question is, that's not what the pasuk says. Why is the Rambam saying that that's the mitzvah? The mitzvah is build the base of Mikdash so Hashem can dwell in there. Why does the Rambam add these 2 other steps of alil regel and bringing karbanos? It says it must be that the Rambam understood that these 2 steps of alil regel and karbanos are the keys to triggering the Shechanti B'Seicha. If you want the Rebbeinu Shalom to actually come and live in the base of Mikdash, you need these two components. But what about alil regel and karbanos makes the Shechina come? So if you look back a couple parshas, we had standing at Har Sinai. In order for someone to be an ish echad, you can't have a hand over there and a foot over there. They have to be together in one area, at least in one space. And in fact, we have Yerushalayim Habanuya Chubra LaYachtav. And alil regel was a place where we came together. We had a chibur. That's when we came together as an ish echad b'leiv echad. Now, once we were one unit, once we were a solid guf, now we could bring the karbanos belashon hakrava, and the neshama, the Rebbeinu Shalom, is able to be shoichen b'soichenu. It only works ba'achdos. The whole Beis HaMikdash is a bracha levatala without achdos. Maybe that's the reason shot in the Churban is because the Sinas Chinam, which sounds like such a simple thing, but there's no place for the Shechina to be when there's Sinas Chinam. You need the guf in order to have a neshama. Amazing story about a woman named Claire Shiner. She always dreamt of getting married and building a beautiful family. But as she got older, in her 30s, 40s, and 50s, and she wasn't married, she decided that she wanted to adopt a child. But she decided that if she was going to do it, she's going to do it right. She did some serious research. This is years and years ago. And she found out that in the Hasidic communities, back then, if someone had a child with special needs, there was a tremendous shame, Ashanda, about having that kid about. And some parents were so embarrassed of this child just because of the communal pressures that they didn't even want to bring the child home from the hospital. You can't imagine. We should never know such things. So she went out looking for one of these children. She said that's gonna be my kid, and she found this family. I think their name was Foyer, and they had a child, a baby with a spina bifida, some issue with his spine. They named him Rafal, but they couldn't find it in themselves to bring him home from the hospital. And Claire showed up and said, "I will take care of this kid like he's my own." And they spoke it over, and they agreed to give over their Rafal to Claire. And she took home Rafal and treated him like her own son. She fed him and bathed him and hugged and kissed him, and even treated him like with all the Hasidic chumros and everything. Gave him the Hasidic haircut and only fed him Hasidic chsherim, and Mamash treated him like a king. When he was 7 years old, the family called and asked if they could have their son back. And as broken as Claire was to give up her child, she realized that it was the right thing to do. And with tears in her eyes, she said, Rafal, I'll come visit you, but now you get to go with your biological family. And for the next 9 years, Rafal was at home. And at 16, he passed away naturally. And in 2013, Claire was Niftara. At the Levaya, Mr. Foyer got up to speak. And he said, those of you who know Claire, who think you know Claire, think that she was an ordinary woman who didn't get much done in her life and died. And yet, when you go up to when you go up to Shemaim, you'll see just how many children Claire is hanging out with. How many beautiful, beautiful children of Klal Yisrael are going to be waiting for her when she gets up there. And he explained. He said that when our Rafal was born, we couldn't handle the busha. It was overwhelming. We can't relate to this. So we gave it over to Claire. We gave him to her. And in her trusting hands, we saw how this woman, who had, for no reason whatsoever other than just pure Ahavas Yisrael and a need to give, was taking care of our son. And after 7 years, we said, you know what? This is our son. If she could do this for a stranger, how could we not do that for our son? Busha shmusha, forget the community, we're taking our son back. And we called him, we asked for him back. And you should know, the first Friday night that I walked into shul with my Rafal, every eye was on me. There was a palpable tension. But I did it. Then when we were walking with him in the park, we could feel all eyes on us. It was a strange thing to see. But we did it. And you know what happened? The next week, there was another kid in shul with special needs who just showed up. He hadn't been let out of the house. But when they saw her fall in shul, that kid came. And then exponentially, the park started filling up with these children. And the shuls started filling up with these kids. And the whole sense of shame just disappeared, it evaporated. That's what Claire did. Just for caring about Klal Yisrael, she realized that this world is not about individuals. This world is about the galaxy as a whole. And yeah, every star has its own name. And that's how you care for the entire galaxy, by caring for one star at a time. That's how we create a chubra. That's how we create the guf of Klal Yisrael. That's how we create that spirituality, that the foundation for the spirituality, to have the Rebbeinu Shalom Kolm and be v'shachanti v'soicham. May we be zoicha to see the Yibane Hamikdash very soon. Yibane Hamikdash Irti Ein Timaleh Lishon Shir Chadash Uver Naleh Hayay Harachamon Hanivash Yisparach V'Yisavaleh Al Kois Yayin Malay Kevirkas Hashem. Good Shabbos.